Ladies and gentlemen, life is full of moments that test our character. One such moment comes when we are insulted, when someone throws words at us that are meant to hurt, diminish, or provoke us. But let me remind you, an insult does not define you. How you respond to it does. The way we perceive the world shapes our experiences, emotions, and ultimately our lives. Perspective is not just about what we see, but how we interpret what we see. It's the lens through which we view our circumstances, challenges, and interactions. When faced with an insult, our perspective can either magnify the pain or turn it into a lesson for growth. The power of perspective lies in its ability to transform a negative experience into something meaningful, empowering, and life-changing. An insult at its core is just words. On the surface, it may seem like an attack, an unfair judgment, or a blow to your confidence. But those words only have as much power as you assign them. Imagine receiving an insult in a language you don't understand. It wouldn't hurt you because you can't process its meaning. Similarly, when you consciously choose not to internalize an insult, it loses its sting. This is the power of perspective in action, deciding that someone else's words do not define you. Perspective allows us to separate fact from opinion. An insult is often one person's opinion, not an absolute truth. When someone criticizes your abilities, appearance, or character, it's a reflection of their perspective, not necessarily your reality. Recognizing this creates a mental barrier between the insult and your self-worth. You begin to see that their words might stem from their own insecurities, frustrations, or misunderstandings. This shift in perspective frees you from the need to prove yourself to others and places the focus on your own growth and validation. Moreover, perspective enables us to reframe situations in ways that serve us. What if instead of seeing an insult as a personal attack, you viewed it as an opportunity for self-reflection? It's possible that a kernel of truth exists within the criticism, something you can learn from and improve upon. For instance, if someone calls you unorganized, rather than becoming defensive, you could ask yourself, is there any truth to this? Can I use this feedback to grow? Even if the insult was delivered harshly, your ability to extract value from it is a testament to your strength and maturity. Perspective is also the gateway to empathy. When you understand that everyone carries their own struggles and pains, you begin to see that insults often arise from someone else's inner turmoil. Hurt people tend to hurt others. By shifting your perspective, you might recognize that the person who insulted you is projecting their own fears, doubts, or frustrations. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but allows you to detach from it emotionally. Instead of feeling hurt, you might feel compassion or simply let their words roll off your shoulders. The power of perspective extends beyond how we interpret insults. It influences how we respond to them. When you view an insult as an opportunity to demonstrate grace, self-control, or resilience, you elevate yourself above the situation. Instead of retaliating with anger or letting the words fester in your mind, you can choose to respond with calm confidence. This response not only protects your peace, but also reflects your strength of character. It sends a message that you are not easily shaken by negativity. In the grander scheme, perspective shapes our overall narrative of life. It determines whether we see ourselves as victims or victors. A person with a victim mentality might dwell on insults, replaying them repeatedly and allowing them to erode their confidence. On the other hand, someone with a growth mindset views insults as challenges to overcome, lessons to learn, or stepping stones to greater resilience. The same event can have vastly different impacts on two people simply based on how they choose to perceive it. The beauty of perspective is that it's entirely within your control. You can't always change what happens to you, but you can change how you view it. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means acknowledging the hurt, but choosing not to let it define you. It's about focusing on what you can learn, how you can grow, and how you can use every experience, good or bad, to become a better version of yourself. Developing the ability to shift your perspective takes practice, but it's a skill that can transform your life. Start by questioning your initial reactions. When faced with an insult, pause and ask yourself, what does this mean to me? Why does it hurt? Is this about me or the other person? These questions can help you distance yourself from the emotional impact and see the situation more objectively. Over time, you'll find it easier to reinterpret negative experiences in ways that empower you. Perspective is not about denying reality, it's about choosing the most constructive way to engage with it. When you harness this power, insults no longer have the ability to derail you. Instead, they become opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You discover that your worth isn't tied to others' opinions, and you gain the confidence to rise above negativity with grace. Through the power of perspective, every challenge becomes a chance to redefine yourself and your story. Understanding human nature is one of the most profound tools we can develop for navigating relationships, handling conflicts, and rising above negativity. At its core, human nature is driven by a mixture of emotions, experiences, and instincts. When you understand what motivates people, both their virtues and their flaws, you begin to see the world with greater clarity and approach challenges with a more compassionate and strategic mindset. This is especially important when dealing with insults, criticism, or negativity. Recognizing why people act the way they do allows you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. People are complex, and their actions are often influenced by forces you may not immediately see. For example, when someone insults or criticizes you, it may seem like their sole intention is to hurt you. However, in many cases, their words are a reflection of their inner struggles. A person who feels insecure might lash out at others to mask their own self-doubt. Someone who has experienced rejection or failure may project their frustrations onto others as a way of coping. Recognizing this dynamic doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it helps you understand that the insult is often not about you at all. Human nature is also deeply tied to the need for validation and significance. Most people desire to feel valued, respected, and heard. When these needs go unmet, it can lead to frustration, jealousy, or best war. For instance, a coworker who criticizes your work might not genuinely believe you're incapable. Instead, they may feel threatened by your accomplishments. Their need to assert themselves or reclaim their sense of importance could drive their negative behavior. By understanding this, you can approach the situation with empathy rather than taking their words personally. It allows you to see beyond the insult and recognize the underlying emotions fueling their actions. Another essential aspect of human nature is the tendency to act out of fear. Fear is a powerful motivator, and it often manifests as defensiveness, aggression, or avoidance. When someone feels threatened, whether it's their ego, reputation, or sense of control, they may resort to insults or criticism as a way to protect themselves. This reaction is not necessarily a conscious choice, but rather an instinctive response to feeling vulnerable. Understanding this can help you remain calm when faced with negativity. Instead of reacting with anger or hurt, you can view their behavior as a reflection of their fear rather than a judgment of your worth. Understanding human nature also involves recognizing the influence of past experiences. People are shaped by their upbringing, culture, and personal history. These factors play a significant role in how they perceive and interact with others. Someone who grew up in a critical or negative environment might struggle to express kindness or encouragement because they've never experienced it themselves. Their insults may be less about you and more about the patterns they've internalized over time. When you keep this in mind, you become less likely to take their words to heart. Instead, you can see them as a product of their circumstances, which helps you maintain your emotional balance. Another important truth about human nature is that everyone is battling something. People rarely wear their struggles on their sleeves, but beneath the surface, they may be dealing with stress, loss, or uncertainty. These hidden battles can influence their behavior in ways that seem unrelated to the situation at hand. A rude comment or an unwarranted insult might stem from a bad day, unresolved trauma, or feelings of inadequacy. When you recognize that everyone carries their own burdens, it becomes easier to respond with grace rather than judgment. In addition to understanding the motivations behind negative behavior, it's important to recognize the limitations of human nature. People are not perfect, and they make mistakes. Sometimes an insult may come from a place of thoughtlessness rather than malice. A person might say something hurtful without fully considering the impact of their words. This doesn't make their actions acceptable, but it reminds you that humans are fallible. By allowing room for imperfection, you can approach conflicts with forgiveness and an open heart. Understanding human nature also involves acknowledging your own tendencies. Just as others are influenced by emotions and experiences, so are you. Reflecting on your reactions to insults can provide valuable insights into your own triggers, insecurities, and areas for growth. For instance, if a particular comment stings deeply, it might reveal an area where you seek external validation or harbor self-doubt. This self-awareness allows you to grow stronger and more resilient as you learn to separate your self-worth from others' opinions. When you truly understand human nature, you gain the ability to rise above negativity with wisdom and compassion. You see insults not as defining moments, but as opportunities to practice patience, empathy, and self-control. You realize that people's actions often have little to do with you and everything to do with their internal struggles. This understanding empowers you to focus on what truly matters, your own growth, goals, and happiness, rather than getting caught up in the negativity of others. Ultimately, understanding human nature equips you with the emotional intelligence to navigate life's challenges with grace and strength. Emotional discipline is a cornerstone of personal growth and success. It is the ability to manage your emotions in a way that serves you rather than controls you. Life is full of moments that test your patience, resilience, and emotional strength. Whether it's an insult, a setback, or a frustrating situation, your ability to stay composed and deliberate in your responses can make all the difference. Emotional discipline is not about suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about recognizing them, understanding them, and choosing how to act in a way that aligns with your values and goals. At its core, emotional discipline begins with awareness. You can't manage what you don't recognize. When you feel anger, frustration, or sadness, it's essential to pause and identify the source of those emotions. What triggered you? Was it someone's words, an unmet expectation, or fear of failure? By pinpointing the root cause, you create a space between the emotion and your reaction. This space is where emotional discipline takes hold. It allows you to reflect instead of react, giving you control over how you respond to the situation. One of the most significant aspects of emotional discipline is the ability to regulate impulsive reactions. Human nature often drives us to respond immediately when we feel attacked or provoked. However, quick reactions are rarely productive and often lead to regret. For instance, when someone insults you, the instinctive response might be retaliate with equally harsh words. But emotional discipline empowers you to pause and consider a more constructive approach. It reminds you that your worth isn't diminished by someone else's opinion and that engaging in negativity only gives away your power. Another key component of emotional discipline is the practice of reframing your perspective. Emotions are often shaped by how you interpret events. If you perceive an insult as a personal attack, you might feel hurt or angry. But if you view it as a reflection of the other person's struggles or insecurities, the emotional impact lessens. This shift in perspective doesn't mean ignoring the situation, but approaching it with a mindset that serves your emotional well-being. Emotional discipline helps you see beyond the immediate moment and focus on the bigger picture. Self-control is another critical element of emotional discipline. It's the ability to resist the temptation to act on every emotion you feel. While emotions are natural and valid, not all of them require action. For example, feeling frustrated during a difficult conversation doesn't mean you need to raise your voice or walk away. Emotional discipline teaches you to sit with discomfort, process your feelings, and choose a response that aligns with your long-term goals. This self-control strengthens relationships, builds trust, and fosters respect, both for yourself and others. A vital aspect of emotional discipline is learning to detach your self-worth from external validation. Many emotional reactions stem from a desire to be understood, accepted, or respected by others. When someone challenges or criticizes you, it can feel like a threat to your identity or value. However, emotional discipline reminds you that your worth is not determined by others' opinions. It helps you stay grounded in your intrinsic value and focus on what truly matters, your personal growth, integrity, and purpose. This detachment doesn't mean you stop caring about others. It means you stop allowing their actions to dictate your emotional state. Emotional discipline also involves cultivating patience. In a fast-paced world, it's easy to become frustrated when things don't go as planned or when progress feels slow. However, patience is a powerful tool for emotional stability. It allows you to endure challenges, setbacks, and delays without losing sight of your goals. Patience is not passive. It's an active choice to remain calm and focused even when circumstances test your resolve. Emotional discipline equips you with the patience to navigate difficulties without being overwhelmed by negative emotions. Practicing emotional discipline requires consistency and effort. It's not something that happens overnight, but a skill that develops over time. Techniques such as mindfulness, meditation, and journaling can help you build emotional discipline by increasing your self-awareness and helping you process your feelings constructively. For instance, mindfulness teaches you to observe your emotions without judgment, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Journaling provides a safe space to explore your emotions, identify patterns, and gain clarity on how to handle similar situations in the future. Emotional discipline also involves setting boundaries both with yourself and others. This means knowing when to step away from a toxic conversation, resist engaging in unnecessary arguments, or prioritize your mental health over pleasing others. Boundaries protect your emotional energy and ensure that you focus on what truly matters. They also send a clear message that you value yourself and won't allow negativity to disrupt your pisa. Ultimately, emotional discipline is about empowerment. It gives you the ability to navigate life's challenges with grace, resilience, and confidence. Instead of being a victim of your emotions, you become the master of them, using them as tools for growth and understanding. Emotional discipline doesn't eliminate difficulties, but it equips you to face them with strength and clarity. It's a skill that transforms not only how you handle adversity, but also how you approach success, relationships, and self-discovery. Turning pain into purpose is one of the most powerful ways to grow and transform through life's challenges. Pain, whether physical, emotional, or psychological, is an inevitable part of life. While it's natural to want to avoid or minimize it, pain also has the potential to teach shape and strengthen us in ways comfort never could. It is not the pain itself that defines us, but what we choose to do with it. When we consciously decide to channel pain into something meaningful, we transform adversity into a tool for personal growth, resilience, and impact. Pain often brings with it an acute awareness of what matters most. When life feels easy, it's easy to become complacent or lose sight of our true priorities. However, pain forces us to confront our values, beliefs, and desires. For example, the loss of a loved one can remind us of the importance of relationships and the fleeting nature of time. This realization can inspire us to prioritize meaningful connections and live with greater intention. Pain sharpens our focus, guiding us toward what truly deserves our energy and attention. One of the ways to turn pain into purpose is by finding the lesson within the experience. Every painful situation, no matter how difficult, carries a lesson that can help us grow. These lessons often involve patience, forgiveness, strength, or empathy. A failure, for instance, can teach resilience and adaptability. A betrayal can teach the value of trust and the importance of setting boundaries. While the process of extracting these lessons is rarely easy, it is what allows pain to serve as a catalyst for transformation. Rather than dwelling on what was lost or what went wrong, focusing on what can be learned shifts the narrative from one of defeat to one of growth. Pain also has a unique way of fostering empathy. When you've experienced suffering, you're better equipped to understand and support others who are going through similar challenges. This shared understanding can inspire you to use your pain to help others. For example, someone who has overcome a serious illness might dedicate their life to supporting patients or advancing medical research. Similarly, an individual who has experienced loss may create a support network for others navigating grief. In these cases, pain becomes the foundation for a deeper sense of purpose, one that not only heals the individual, but also makes a positive impact on the world. Purpose often emerges when we allow pain to guide us toward our passions and strengths. Adversity can reveal hidden capabilities or ignite a desire to contribute to a cause larger than ourselves. For instance, many successful individuals attribute their achievements to struggles they faced early in life. Their pain became the driving force behind their determination, creativity, or commitment. When we embrace the challenges we've endured and channel that energy into meaningful action, we tap into a wellspring of strength and resilience that propels us forward. Turning pain into purpose also involves a mindset shift. Pain can often feel overwhelming, consuming, or unfair. However, when we choose to view it as an opportunity rather than an obstacle, we reclaim our power. This shift doesn't mean denying or minimizing the hurt. It means acknowledging it while refusing to let it define us. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" we begin to ask, "What can I do with this?" This question opens the door to possibilities, allowing us to move forward with a sense of agency and hope. Another aspect of turning pain into purpose is the realization that challenges often prepare us for greater responsibilities or opportunities. The lessons learned from adversity equip us with the tools to navigate future challenges with wisdom and confidence. For example, enduring a difficult relationship might teach you how to communicate more effectively, set boundaries, or recognize red flags, all of which can lead to healthier relationships in the future. When you approach pain with a mindset of preparation rather than punishment, you begin to see it as a stepping stone toward something greater. Pain also has the power to inspire creativity and self-expression. Throughout history, some of the most profound works of art, literature, and music have been born from pain. When words fail to capture the depth of our emotions, creative outlets can help us process and transform them. This process not only fosters healing, but also creates something that resonates with others who may be experiencing similar struggles. By sharing your journey through creativity, you contribute to a larger dialogue about resilience, hope, and the human spirit. Forgiveness is another crucial element in turning pain into purpose. Holding on to resentment or anger keeps you tethered to the source of your pain, preventing you from moving forward. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing wrongdoing, but it does mean releasing the hold it has on you. When you let go of the bitterness, you free up emotional energy to focus on what truly matters. This shift allows you to channel your experiences into something constructive rather than allowing them to continue causing harm. Ultimately, turning pain into purpose is a journey of transformation. It requires courage, self-reflection, and a willingness to embrace discomfort for the sake of growth. While pain may initially feel like a barrier, it can become a bridge to greater clarity, compassion, and fulfillment when approached with intention. By choosing to rise above adversity and use it as a force for good, you not only heal yourself, but also inspire others to do the same. Self-worth, one of the most powerful tools for navigating life's challenges, protecting yourself from negativity and fostering resilience. It acts as an invisible shield, guarding your emotional well-being and giving you the strength to rise above criticism, judgment, and adversity. When you possess a strong sense of self-worth, you no longer rely on external validation to feel good about yourself. Instead, your confidence and value come from within, making you less vulnerable to the opinions and actions of others. At its core, self-worth is the belief that you are inherently valuable, deserving of respect, and capable of handling life's challenges. It's not tied to accomplishments, wealth, or the approval of others. Instead, it's rooted in your understanding of your own humanity and unique identity. This internal foundation is what allows you to maintain your sense of self even in the face of insults or rejection. When someone criticizes you or tries to bring you down, self-worth reminds you that their words don't define you. It acts as a barrier, keeping their negativity from penetrating your sense of identity. One of the key aspects of self-worth is the ability to separate yourself from external circumstances. People with strong self-worth understand that their value doesn't fluctuate based on successes or failures. A setback at work or a failed relationship doesn't diminish their worth. It simply becomes a part of their journey. This perspective allows them to remain grounded and focused even when faced with difficulties. Instead of internalizing failures as personal flaws, they view them as opportunities to learn and grow. This mindset protects them from the self-doubt and insecurity that can arise when things don't go as planned. Another way self-worth acts as a shield is by fostering emotional independence. When you rely on others to validate your worth, you become vulnerable to their opinions and actions. A compliment can lift you up, but a criticism can tear you down just as quickly. Emotional independence, on the other hand, means that your sense of worth isn't tied to what others think of you. You recognize that while feedback can be valuable, it doesn't define who you are. This detachment from external validation allows you to engage with others authentically and confidently without constantly seeking their approval. Self-worth also empowers you to set boundaries. When you know your value, you're less likely to tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or toxic behavior. You understand that protecting your peace and well-being is not selfish, it's essential. This ability to say no and stand firm in your decisions comes from a deep understanding of your own needs and priorities. By setting clear boundaries, you create a space where you can thrive and grow without being weighed down by negativity. This not only protects you from harm, but also strengthens your relationships by fostering mutual respect and understanding. In addition to shielding you from external negativity, self-worth also helps you navigate your internal world. It quiets the inner critic that so often feeds on insecurity and self-doubt. Everyone has moments of self-judgment, but when you have a strong sense of self-worth, you're better equipped to challenge those negative thoughts. Instead of spiraling into self-criticism, you remind yourself of your strengths, accomplishments, and inherent value. This inner dialogue becomes a source of encouragement rather than a source of pain. Self-worth also plays a crucial role in how you respond to challenges and adversity. Life is unpredictable, and everyone faces moments of struggle. However, when you have a strong sense of self-worth, you approach these moments with resilience and determination. You believe in your ability to overcome obstacles, and this belief drives you to take action rather than giving up. Even when the odds seem stacked against you, your self-worth serves as a reminder that you are capable and deserving of success. Furthermore, self-worth enhances your relationships with others. When you value yourself, you're more likely to surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. You attract and maintain healthy relationships because you're not seeking someone to complete you or fill a void. Instead, you enter relationships as a whole and confident individual, ready to give and receive love without fear of losing your identity. This balance creates a foundation for deeper, more meaningful connections. Developing self-worth is a journey that requires patience and practice. It involves letting go of the belief that your value is tied to what you do or what others think of you. Instead, it's about embracing your inherent worthiness as a human being. Practices like self-reflection, gratitude, and self-compassion can help strengthen your sense of self-worth over time. By acknowledging your strengths, forgiving your mistakes, and celebrating your uniqueness, you build a shield that protects you from negativity and empowers you to live authentically. Ultimately, self-worth is not just a defense mechanism, it's a source of empowerment. It allows you to navigate life with confidence, resilience, and purpose. By embracing your intrinsic value, you create a foundation that sustains you through challenges and inspires you to reach for your fullest potential. With self-worth as your shield, you can face the world with courage and grace, knowing that your value is unshakable. Forgiveness is one of the most liberating acts a person can undertake. It is not about excusing the wrongs done to you or condoning harmful behavior, but rather about releasing the heavy burden that resentment and anger place on your heart. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a choice to free your mind and spirit from the chains of past pain and the control of those who have wronged you. It is an act of self-care that opens the door to peace, growth, and a brighter future. At its core, forgiveness is about reclaiming your power. When you hold on to resentment, you allow the person or event that hurt you to occupy space in your mind and influence your emotions. It's like carrying around a heavy weight that drains your energy and clouds your perspective. The anger or bitterness may feel justified, but over time it does more harm to you than to the person who caused the pain. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is an intentional decision to let go of that weight. It's a way of saying, I will not let this define me or dictate my happiness any longer. This act of release empowers you to move forward with clarity and strength. Forgiveness also fosters emotional freedom. When you harbor resentment, it often becomes a recurring thought pattern, replaying the hurtful event and reinforcing negative emotions. These emotions can seep into other areas of your life, affecting your relationships, your outlook, and even your physical health. Studies have shown that prolonged anger and stress can lead to increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and weakened immune function. Forgiveness interrupts this cycle, allowing you to break free from the emotional turmoil and restore balance to your life. It shifts your focus from the pain of the past to the possibilities of the present and future. One of the most profound aspects of forgiveness is that it transforms your perspective. It helps you see the situation and the person involved with greater compassion and understanding. This doesn't mean denying the hurt or pretending it didn't happen. Instead, it's about recognizing that everyone is flawed and that hurtful actions often stem from someone else's pain, ignorance, or insecurity. When you understand that the harm done to you is often more about the other person's struggles than your own worth, it becomes easier to let go of the anger. Forgiveness allows you to see the humanity in others while maintaining your own dignity and boundaries. Forgiveness is also a powerful catalyst for personal growth. It challenges you to confront your pain, process your emotions, and find strength within yourself. This journey of self-reflection and healing can lead to greater self-awareness and resilience. You begin to understand that forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your inner strength. It takes courage to let go of anger and choose peace, especially when the hurt feels deep or personal. But in doing so, you prove to yourself that you are capable of rising above the situation and reclaiming control over your life. Another important aspect of forgiveness is that it clears the path for healthier relationships. When you carry unresolved anger or bitterness, it can spill over into your interactions with others, creating distance and misunderstanding. By forgiving, you not only release the negative emotions tied to the past, but also open yourself to more authentic connections. Forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciling with the person who hurt you. Sometimes the healthiest choice is to forgive from a distance. But even in those cases, the act of forgiveness helps you let go of the emotional baggage that could otherwise hinder future relationships. Forgiveness is not always a quick or easy process. Depending on the depth of the hurt, it may take time to work through your emotions and come to a place of genuine release. This is where self-compassion plays a vital role. It's important to allow yourself to feel the pain, acknowledge the impact of the wrongdoing, and give yourself grace as you heal. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what happened or pretending it didn't matter. It means choosing not to let it control you. It's about creating a space for healing and growth, both for yourself and for the possibility of transformation in the relationship if reconciliation is appropriate. Another dimension of forgiveness is forgiving yourself. Often we hold on to guilt, shame, or regret for mistakes we've made, replaying them in our minds and questioning our worth. Self-forgiveness is just as vital as forgiving others because it frees you from the self-imposed chains of past actions. It reminds you that you are human, that mistakes are part of growth, and that you deserve the same compassion and understanding you would extend to someone else. By forgiving yourself, you open the door to self-acceptance and a renewed sense of purpose. Ultimately, forgiveness is an act of liberation. It doesn't erase the past, but reshapes its influence on your life. It allows you to reclaim your emotional and mental space, focusing on what truly matters rather than what has already happened. Forgiveness transforms pain into peace, anger into understanding, and resentment into freedom. It's a choice to break free from the cycle of hurt and step into a life that is lighter, brighter, and more aligned with your true self. Through forgiveness, you create the conditions for healing, growth, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. A platform for transformation is a foundation that enables personal growth, change, and the evolution of one's potential. It is a space, whether physical, emotional, or conceptual, that provides the tools, support, and mindset necessary to move from where you are to where you aspire to be. Transformation is not simply about change, it's about intentional, meaningful evolution that aligns with your values, goals, and vision for your life. To create and use such a platform, one must embrace self-awareness, resilience, and a commitment to continuous improvement. Transformation begins with self-awareness. Understanding where you are now, your strengths, weaknesses, habits, and patterns is essential. Without this awareness, it's impossible to identify areas for growth or create a clear path forward. A platform for transformation serves as a mirror, reflecting both your current state and the possibilities ahead. This reflection is not always easy. It may reveal uncomfortable truths or highlight areas where you've fallen short. However, it is through this honest assessment that transformation becomes possible. Recognizing the gap between who you are and who you want to become provides the motivation and direction needed to bridge that divide. Another key element of a platform for transformation is resilience. Change is rarely linear, and the journey of transformation is often marked by challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Resilience is what allows you to navigate these obstacles without losing sight of your ultimate goal. It's the ability to adapt, persevere, and find strength in adversity. A strong platform for transformation not only supports you in building resilience, but also equips you with the tools to recover and grow from setbacks. These tools might include a supportive community, practical strategies, or a mindset that views challenges as opportunities for growth. Commitment is another critical component. Transformation requires sustained effort and dedication over time. It's not about a single decision or action, but a series of choices that align with your desired outcome. A platform for transformation provides structure and accountability, helping you stay focused and consistent in your efforts. This structure might take the form of a daily routine, a mentor or coach, or a system for tracking progress. Whatever the form, the platform serves as a reminder of your commitment and a guide for staying on course, even when motivation wanes. One of the most powerful aspects of a platform for transformation is its ability to create an environment of possibility. It challenges limiting beliefs and expands your sense of what is achievable. Often people hold themselves back because they don't believe change is possible or because they are constrained by fear, doubt, or external expectations. A platform for transformation disrupts these patterns, encouraging you to dream bigger and take bold steps toward your goals. It fosters a mindset of growth and potential, reminding you that transformation is not just about becoming something different, but about uncovering and amplifying the best version of yourself. A platform for transformation also emphasizes the importance of action. While reflection and planning are essential, they must be paired with tangible steps to create real change. The platform provides a roadmap, breaking down big goals into manageable actions and celebrating progress along the way. These actions build momentum, reinforcing your belief in your ability to transform and motivating you to keep moving forward. Over time, small, consistent efforts compound, leading to significant and lasting change. Support is another crucial element. Transformation is not a solo journey. It's often enriched and accelerated by the presence of others who encourage, challenge, and inspire you. A platform for transformation creates opportunities for connection, whether through mentorship, collaboration, or shared community. These connections provide perspective, accountability, and encouragement, reminding you that you're not alone in your journey. The collective wisdom and support of others can be a powerful catalyst for growth, helping you navigate challenges and celebrate successes with greater confidence and joy. A platform for transformation also cultivates a sense of purpose. It helps you clarify why transformation matters to you and what you hope to achieve. This sense of purpose serves as a guiding light, providing motivation and direction even when the journey feels difficult. When you have a clear understanding of your why, you're better equipped to make decisions, prioritize your efforts, and stay focused on what truly matters. Purpose gives meaning to the work of transformation, turning it into a fulfilling and enriching process rather than a mere obligation. Ultimately, a platform for transformation is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It is as unique as the individual it serves, shaped by your goals, values, and circumstances. It is a dynamic and evolving foundation that adapts as you grow, providing the support, tools, and inspiration needed to reach your full potential. By embracing the principles of self-awareness, resilience, commitment, and purpose, you can create a platform that empowers you to transform your life and achieve your greatest aspirations. Through this process, you discover not only who you can become, but also the strength, wisdom, and potential that have been within you all along.